Welcome back to Corey's Corner. This episode is brought to you by thoughtsandfitness.com. For just $7 a month, you can build your dream body. In this episode of my Learn React series, we are going to be building a workout app, a workout planner. You can see it right here. So to build this, the first thing we need to do is we need to remove the default styling. I'm starting on a fresh React app, by the way. We need to remove the default styling of our app.css file. We need to delete the whole index.css file, and we need to gut our app.js file, which I'm going to do right now, like so, and then we can get started coding. I also deleted some of the tests, but you don't have to go that far. All right, so where to begin? So how are we going to build this? Well, first, we're going to make the background color black and give our HTML some styling. So to style a React app, you need to have a CSS file or a Sass file or SCSS file, and you have to import it just like you import the components. So any styles that I put in this app.css file will be applied to my app.js component. Alright, so we're going to open up here, we're going to do HTML, and we're just working with plain CSS right now. Let me zoom in for you guys. I will move that. We do HTML, oops. So this styles the entire document, obviously. We're going to do font family, we're going to do chalkboard SE, and then we need to add another font in case the browser doesn't support it. We're going to do padding, 0, margin, 0. So I am going to do some series on the CSS box model eventually. So if you're new to CSS, be sure to check those out. But this just means the padding is the area around the content of our element, and the margin is the area outside of the box. I'm going to set the background color to a light black color by doing 2F, 2F, 2F. Boom, boom, boom. And we're going to give our div elements a box sizing of border box, which makes this is a neat little trick, it makes the margin included in the width of the element. It does some other things too, but I can't think of them off the top of my head. Now we're going to style our headers, H1, H2, H3. Give them a font weight of lighter. We're going to align them center. All right, now we can begin building our component. So at first, we're just going to create a div element, and we want to use class-based styling. And so this div element, this is going to be this white background here, the container that holds everything. So we're just going to name this wrapper. So in normal HTML, you have div class equals. In React, class is a reserved keyword for the JavaScript function, or I should say in JavaScript, class is its own keyword. So you can't use class because it's like a namespace conflict. So you need to use class name in camel case, and you just apply the class. So we need to make the wrapper class. We'll do .wrapper, and give it a background color of white, hashtag FFF. And we're going to give it a box shadow of 1px, 1px, 50px, and then to do orange, we do hashtag FF, A500. So I'm new to the hexadecimal coloring, but I'm trying to use it more. So the first two are red, the second two are green, the third are blue. So the higher the number, F is the highest, right? A, B, C, D, E, F. Yes. F is the highest, that is 16. It's lighter, whereas 0 is darker, that's black. And then you mix the colors. So a color like orange, I obviously had to look up, but you know, black and white, I can just think of off the top of my head and play with those. But anyway, we're going to want to supply some Well, let's see what this looks like for now. Let me start my application. Boom, boom, boom. And I think in this episode, we're just going to be going over the styling. And in the next episode, I'll be building out components some more. Just do this. H1, hi. Wait for that to load. Well, we're going to continue styling. So we have our box shadow. We want to apply rounded corners. We're going to do border, radius. We're going to give it 25 px. Do our app load. This is really strange. Took a while. See, we got it right here. So another screen, which I foolishly X'd out of. And we're going to give this a set height and a set width. We can do height equals 55 VH. So this is saying that the height of the container is worth 55% of the vertical viewport of whatever browser we're on. And width, we're going to do the same thing, but instead of VH, we'll do VW. So it's going to be 55% of the horizontal viewport. We're going to give it a position of absolute, but then we want to move it to the center of our screen. So we're going to do top 25%, and then we're going to do left 22.5%, and we're going to give it a padding. Excuse me. Oops, I forgot a semicolon. 25 pixels. See the changes we've made. There we go. So we're getting a lot closer. Now we are going to build out some components. So we want to have 3 columns, each with our sets, reps, and whatnot. But first, we're going to build another container in here. We're going to call that div class name. Actually, we're going to use styling. So to do inline styling, you just do style, and then this opens the JavaScript. But the styles take the style property takes a JavaScript object or a map, and that is also in camel case because dashes, they don't work in JavaScript. So we need to do overflow, do hidden. Oops, and this actually needs to be a string. And then we're going to build some columns, which I think I'm going to, should I save that for the next video? I think I'm going to save that for the next video. So in the next video, we're going to build a component that will have 3 generic workout columns. So I will see you there. Be sure to subscribe and check out my podcasts on iTunes, Spotify, and whatnot. Corey's Corner. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something.